For our favorite read aloud of the one and only Ivan. So we're on page 111, The Promise. My domain gleams with moonlight when I awake to the sound of Stella's calls. Ivan, Stella says in a hoarse whisper. Ivan! I'm here, Stella. I sit up abruptly and Bob topples off my stomach. I run to the window. I can see Ruby next to Stella sleeping soundly. Ivan, I want you to promise me something, Stella says. Anything, I say. I've never asked for a promise before because promises are forever, and forever is an unusually long time, especially when you're in a cage. Domain, I corrected. Domain, she agrees. I straighten to my full height. I promise, Stella, I say in a voice like my father's. But you haven't even heard what I'm asking yet, she says, and she closes her eyes for a moment. Her great chest her great chest shudders. I promise anyway. Stella doesn't say anything for a long time. Never mind, she finally says. I don't know what I was thinking. The pain is making me ad, addled. So that kind of makes her, that word means she's kind of hesitant. Ruby stirs. Her trunk moves as she is reaching for something that isn't there. When I say the words, they surprise me. You want me to take care of Ruby? Stella nods, a small gesture that makes me wince. If she could have a life that's different from mine. She needs a safe place, Ivan. Not here, I say. It would be easier to promise to stop eating, to stop breathing, to stop being a gorilla. I promise, Stella, I say. It I promise it on my word as a silverback. Knowing. Before Mac, before Bob, before even Ruby, I know that Stella is gone. I know that I know it in a way that you know that summer is over and winter is on its way. I just know. Stella once teased me that elephants are superior because they feel more joy and more grief than apes. Your gorilla hearts are made of ice, Ivan, she said, her eyes glittering. Ours are made of fire. Right now, I would give all the yogurt raisins in all of the world for a heart made of ice. 5 men. Bob heard from Brat, a reliable source, that they tossed Stella's body into the garbage truck. It took 5 men and a forklift. Comfort. All day I try to comfort Ruby, but what can I say? That Stella is a good and had a good and happy life, that she lived as she was meant to live, that she died with those who loved her most nearby. At least the last is true. Crying. Julia cries all evening while her father sweeps and mops and dusts and cleans the toilets. When George makes Mac when George sees Mac, he runs to him. I can only hear a few of his words. Vet, should have, wrong. Max shrugs. His shoulders droop. He leaves without a word. When George wipes his fingerprints off the glass, his cheeks are wet. He doesn't meet my eyes. The one and only Ivan. When all the humans have left, I send Bob to check on Ruby. How is she? I ask when he returns. She was shivering, Bob says. I tried to cover her with hay, and I told her not to worry because we were going to save her. I glare at him. You told her that? You promised Stella. Bob lowers his shoulders. I wanted to make the kid feel better. I shouldn't have made that promise, Bob. I just wanted. I pointed to Stella's domain, and for a moment it seems like I've forgotten how to breathe. I wanted to make Stella happy, I guess, but I couldn't save Ruby. I can't save Ruby. I can't even save myself. I flop back onto my back. The cement is almost always cold, but tonight it hurts. Bob leaps onto my belly. You are the one and only Ivan, he says. Mighty Silverback. He licks my chin, and he's not even checking for leftovers. Say it, Bob commands. I look away. Say it, Ivan. I don't answer, so Bob licks my nose until I can't stand it any longer. I am the one and only Ivan, I mutter, and don't you ever forget it. When I gaze at the food court skylight, the moon's the moon Stella loved was shrouded in clouds. So that's all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow for the read aloud of One and Only Ivan. I hope you have a wonderful day.